Fingertips aren't enough, but that's all Miz is gonna get. Firstly, commentary, phrasing, dear fucking God, phrasing. Stop putting your fantasies out there. Stop looking at those home videos that the Mizannons put out. What the fuck is wrong with you? And speaking of that, there are a couple ways we could interpret that particular statement. One, that could be a way that Maurice teases, punishes, tantalizes Miz before they go to town, just like this footage from their honeymoon. Ew, oh, she's faking it. The other way, we could be going back to 1993 when WWE's now flagship show was marketed as uncut, and uncensored. Let me tell you right now, when you get your fingertips into anything uncut, one, you better make sure it's really goddamn washed, pressure washed even, and if it's uncut, you're going to be getting your fingertips in there, peeling it back like you're peeling back rolls of beef. Where's the beef? Don't goddamn know. Man, that's a fucking callback. Hell, it could be like you're trying to open Pac-Man's mouth and get the pills and the ghost out of his goddamn mouth before he chokes. Ooh, so cold. Amy, tend to the widow, Pac-Man. Oh, waka, 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 waka. Oh, man. Futurama, what a goddamn wild ride that was. But when it comes to dealing with something uncut, the ultimate way to fix it is don't be a flopper, get to the chopper. I'm John Renton with my review of WWE Raw from Kansas City, Missouri, with Clash at the Castle now in the rear view mirror. We're on our way to Extreme Rules. And boy, they really need to maybe, I don't know, change the whole Extreme Rules thing. Like, just go to something else. I mean, I don't know what other name you could go with, but those premium live events now have not been extreme for a number of years. And also because of the fact that they do weapons and stipulation matches on TV, Extreme Rules doesn't really mean anything. That being said, Clash at the Castle, mostly good. I still maintain the ending was disappointing. I mean, cool that Solo Sikoa showed up, but they made Drew McIntyre seem like a goddamn idiot. Check out my review of that if you really want to hear my full thoughts. The Raw theme is terrible. Absolutely terrible. So, here's Edge. He talks about Dominic, growing up and everything, and have seen, the man that Dominic has become. But, Dominic, is this about the time I spared you? I don't really know what's going on with you, but you kicked me in the gonads. He didn't say that. But he said, you did what you did, so I want you out here. Get out here, face me like a man. Here's Ray. And he says, I'm asking for an apology on his behalf because he's still my son. Okay? He's still your son. Ray had kids because he needed somebody else to look up to. I'm convinced of that. So they argue a little bit back and forth. Edge demands that Dominic come out. And then Rhea comes. God, I need to fucking just bop myself in the head every time Rhea appears. Goddamn goddess. She's great. She's going to be great in Hollywood. And she says he's not your little boy anymore. And here's Dominic. He's out in all black clothes. So great. They've David Flaired him in the NWO. That's basically what they've done. For long-time WCW fans, you will fucking remember that. You also remember how abysmal that was. And the sad thing is, David Flair and Dominic, even though Dominic does more athletic shit, there are, good comparisons. Like, neither of them belong in the fucking ring at all. So she knocks both of them. Dominic shows up. I don't like the Judgment Day thing. It was cool with Edge, Priest, and Rhea, but it had a short shelf life. Balor in the group doesn't really mean anything. There was a cool moment where Dominic and Rhea are walking down, and then they just decide to stand a few feet away from the ring. Ray walks by, they're chanting Eddie's son. The fans are, because some fans are dicks, but that was really cool. And then Judgment Day beats down Edge. And then Ray also got laid out, because of course he did. And they hit a chair to Edge's knee. Edge is getting hit with chairs and written off of TV almost at, with clockwork regularity. I mean, I know he doesn't have that many appearances, and he's going to be done probably by this time next year, but fucking still. Oh, well, whatever. I mean, in this feud, this feud's been going on forever, and it's not very good. So, Miz doesn't want to talk about Loomis being in his backseat. He also doesn't want to talk about Bruno. You're welcome for that song being stuck in your head. I wouldn't want to talk about another man being in my backseat, even if he's got his fisting gloves ready and he looks like he's just ready to be the silent type. Lost my train of thought. The whole point is he doesn't want to talk about it. But then, they're on top of, spaghetti all covered with cheese. If anybody remembers that, please don't sneeze. And there's a car tipped over. So, one of two things. Braun is back, or the Usos decide to just drop in. And then the Prophets, Los Lotharios, Alpha Academy, and New Day show up. 4-way championship contenders match. A lot of stuff happened in this, and nothing that really was memorable. I mean, they instantly started brawling. We'll see you this weekend for the Royal Rumble. They did good shit. And then, suddenly, here's the sad Strowman. He shows up. Braun Strowman is back. And, sure, it's cool that he's been gone for a number of months. Well, actually, he's been gone, just over a year. I think it's been not quite a year and a half, about a year, about 15 months, 15, 16 months. And he runs down, and he's supposed to do a spot where he runs around the ring after laying a couple people out, and even lays out security, and he trips. Because a goddamn dumb son of a bitch can't even walk. I know his knees are basically shot, and this is probably his last chance to make really big money. Because let's be honest, appearing on the last Ring of Honor pay-per-view under the original ownership, and then the whole control your narrative thing just went fucking tits up because it's a bad idea run by goddamn brain parasite possessing pieces of shit. But goddamn, they brought back Braun. Oh no, Triple H is a savior. He's bringing back people that'll help elevate TV. If you're happy Braun's back, that's cool. He exposed himself as a goddamn moron and didn't set the world on fire once he was outside WWE. And he fucking trips. He lays out Dawkins to the goddamn announcer's table. And this went on a while. He was wandering around the ring. He was yelling about stuff. He was beating up more people, getting in their face. Remember when Gable meant something? Yeah, he just got demolished. No winner in this match, by the way. This went on forever. And I can only imagine WWE taking a look at AEW and saying, a ladder match where they sacrifice 7 people for the sake of a storyline that may have a payoff, may not. Who knows? Judging by the post-media scrum, there may be an implosion happening that might come up during the Dynamite review. But back to WWE, Triple H is like, I'll beat that. I'll sacrifice my whole tag division. You think Vince hates tag team wrestling? Wait till you see me hate tag team wrestling. You think he likes ham? Wait till you see me like ham. And Braun just walks around. This takes a while, and then Raquel Gonzalez, or Rodriguez, whatever the fuck her goddamn name is, and Aaliyah taking on Nikki Ash and Pipper. Okay, why? Why? To what end? To kill the crowd? Because that's what this did. God, it killed the crowd. This was bad. And the let's hear it for the do drop got pinned. So I got to put the Herb Abrams quote in there. And there you go. Ray is upset backstage, and he's going to channel Mel Gibson. Not like that. He's going to say, give me back my son. That was before we realized that Mel Gibson is an anti-Semitic, racist son of a bitch. That really was actually crazy. And probably still is. So anyway, here's Theory. Oh boy, just when I wasn't bored by this show. So, he's got a hurt jaw because Tyson Fury fisted Theory. That is really hard to say. That is more of a tongue twister than me with my last ex. Moving on from that. He couldn't even say Clash at the Castle correctly. Good fucking job. Oh, he played it off like his jaw was hurt. No, he's just an idiot. Just a goddamn idiot. Here's Owens. And he says, you got knocked out. You got knocked the fuck out. How do you get fired on your day off? You got KO'd. Haha, see what I did there. And he talks about, he gets all fired up and everything. Theory tries to fire back, fails. Fails miserably. Theory has, the charisma of fucking driftwood. He's fine in the ring. He's not the fucking future. If they're gonna attach the rocket to him, that rocket's gonna burst quicker than the Challenger. And Owens got all fired up and everything. He says, you know what's gonna happen? A referee's gonna come down. Oh wait, you were a little bit late. You could have been quicker. Then he says, and then somebody wants to have a fight. Wait, that's me. We're gonna have a fight. See, Owens is having a lot of fun here, and I bet Owens is happy that he re-signed with WWE. Because he got to face Austin in WrestleMania main event. And he got to do this stuff where, yes, the stuff with Ezekiel, Elias, whatever is really stupid. But at least he's getting to do some really good promos. And then he takes on Theory in a match that certainly existed and was fine and was well wrestled. But Theory's here, so I don't care. Owens does do that stupid spot where he takes the back bump on the steps. I don't know why. Stop doing that. You don't need to. Fires back, pop-up powerbomb, stunner, 1, 2, 3. So Theory getting the shit beat out of him is good to see. This is what I fear. Cody's going to beat Roman at Mania, and then Theory's going to cash in. And then that's going to cement that as the worst WrestleMania ending ever. You've heard it here first. Or you heard it here 50th, because I'm sure other people have said that. Clash at the Castle recaps. By the way, after Ciampa tries to fire up Miz, and then Miz is all scared by Sarah. I mean, Sarah's outfit was really goddamn bright. She's hot as hell, though. And then Damage Control walking backstage, and Nikki Ash takes her mask off. Oh, no, she just takes it off on camera. So, anyway. They present, WWE shows this footage, because they work with the military. You know, Ashley Mazzaro found that out. And some guy gets a medal. But then they decide to remind us that a buffoon that people, other buffoons decided to elect a number of years ago, got, put in the White House and then stole a bunch of documents and everything. So I would just like to take this time to remind everybody that if you voted for him and you support that stuff, fuck you, fuck your goddamn parents, fuck your goddamn families. None of y'all deserve to fucking exist. But yeah, they decided to remind us because WWE is still in the pocket of this guy that basically tried to destroy democracy. So let's get back to the show. Damage Control's out. They talk about pinning Bianca at the Clash, getting the tag titles, which they should have fucking won to begin with. It would have meant something. And I get what they're trying to do. I guess they're going to have a match next week. Maybe watch them push it to the pay-per-view. The fact that Aaliyah might get a chance to be on pay-per-view is fucking ridiculous because she's not any good despite being there since before dinosaurs roamed the earth. And I'm not talking about the one that's on Vince's office, or at least was. Here's Bianca. And give me Bianca versus Bayley at Extreme Rules. You give me a non-finish and you push that match for a little bit later where Bayley eventually beats Bianca, I'm all for it. They don't really want to start anything. Not yet, at least. But they're going to keep their eye on Bianca, and they're going to beat her up, and Bayley's going to take titles from her, and soon Damage Control will have all the gold. Oh boy, Gargano's there, and so's Theory. Yay, this is a feud that I want. And to the hospital. Hey, Kier, I know you don't like hearing hospital, so I would just like to say, if you don't like hearing hospital on a wrestling show, hospital. I'm sure you're just going to be so happy if you happen to be watching this. Ray took on Priest in a match in this never-ending fucking feud where Dominic has the personality of basically a grape that was peeled and left out in the sun for a while. Not like a California raisin. Rhea looks fucking fantastic. Finn is there as well. And at one point, Priest wins, by the way, in a match that went way too long. And then Rhea was like, oh, Dominic's going to beat him down. Well, Poppy wants. Poppy gets whatever you fucking say, Rhea. Whatever you fucking say. That shirt will sell like crazy if they put that on. And it's going to be Edge versus Dominic next week. God, poor Edge. God, they are wasting Edge. Lashley is interviewed by Sarah. He will beat Miz tonight. And then Braun is upset, and I will see you on SmackDown. The monster of all monsters is back, and I will see you on SmackDown. Watch him go after Roman. Watch him go after the Roman. Oh boy, that's what we want to see. Or he feuds with Drew. God, he's going to feud with Drew, isn't he? What did Drew McIntyre do to deserve this? So, recaps of Riddle and Rollins. And then Riddle was asked, it's like, where's your head at? Where's your head at? Where's your head at? Where's your head at, Riddle? Where's your head at? Where's your head at? If that song is not in your head right now, one, you are probably too young to be watching this, or two, maybe you have not been hit in the head nearly as many times as I have, which hopefully not. So, Riddle wants a rematch. I want it now. I want it as soon as possible. Which is it? And then Rollins laughs it off. More Clash recaps. Next week, Gargano's in-ring return. Oh, good. Okay. So then we get Edge versus Dominic as well. Lashley makes his entrance. He looks like a megastar because he is a megastar. Lashley versus Miz with Ciampa, U.S. title, steel cage match. Ciampa keeps interfering or stopping Lashley from escaping. But before that, we have two Caucasian men targeting an African-American man in Kansas City. News at 11. They're 240 miles away from the last. Nope. Just going to leave that. Just don't go east 240 miles from Kansas City. Don't look it up. You don't have to. So anyway, Lashley took some hard bumps, favored his arm. Miz targeted it. Lashley came back with tremendous power because that's just what he's capable of doing. The match was fine. Miz is not great in the ring, but he's passable. And we get a superplex. And fingertips are enough, but that's all Miz is going to get because you got to get both hands or both feet on the floor. You can't finger the floor. I mean, you could try, maybe take the floor out to dinner first, but then Ciampa closes the door on Lashley's head. Oh no, he can't quite escape. The reason Miz can't quite escape is because Loomis is suddenly there. Hi, I'm under the ring. And then Lashley ends up hitting a spear on Miz once he gets back in the ring. 1, 2, 3. And Loomis comes into the ring. Lashley closes the door. And Loomis puts him to sleep. No talk, only dreams. And there you go. Alright, it was a fine Raw. It was a Labor Day. So, I mean, I didn't expect much. It did at least go by fast. That is the one good thing about the Triple H shows. Even if like, some things don't work, and believe me, a lot of things are not going to work. At least the show flows a little better. Actually, a lot better. So, agree, disagree with what I said? Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.